What's up, everybody? We're back. I have no idea what just happened, but we're going to start completely over. A little bit of a fast run through, though, of exactly what we covered. Let me know if everything is working much better. It was bound to happen that we had a little bit of a technical issues with our live stream. I feel like it was our webcam that we were working, so we switched back to the old one. Let me know if we're good to go, or if everything is laggy again. Here to kind of get some things squared back. All right. So where were we? Where were we? All right. Hopefully this works. Cool. $60 monthly budget binder challenge. We're spending $60 every single month to show how much more value you get out of buying singles through a TCG or something. Anything may have spoke too soon. Let me know, James. Wonder why that is. I have to take a look on my phone. A little laggy. A little bit of lag. Sounds like the sound's better. It's just the video may be off. So I may have to go do a screenless. I may have to just go do the old school way of the phone, but I don't want to do that. Could just cook it. All right, we'll just kind of go through it and see where it goes. Sorry if it gets too bad, then we'll just cut it. But right now we're looking at current singles. I'm gonna have to make a recording of this video. Dang. Chat. The first time I go and do my phone camera and get off the phone camera, the video's way off. Thanks, Gonzo. Appreciate that. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kill the video and just go from there. All right. This is the first time I've actually had issues with this, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out one of these days. But basically what we're going to be doing is spending $60 on singles through TCG Player. We're in the month of March right now. The month of January and February did pretty decent. January still holding pretty strong, up $32 with the Galarian, Birds, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno doing pretty strong, growing about $5 to $10 per. March, we got a little bit cooked. The Bird promos all kind of dipped, which hurt us from the start, so that definitely was not an easy move. But it is what it is. We'll continue to go through. But what I was showing everybody before and what I do to find singles on TCG Player is normally what I'll do is I'll go to TCG Player, I'll click on Pokemon and shop English. All right. Yeah, I'm cooked. I am still here. So no video. I am here. But it's not working. All right. So what I'm going to do is filter it here once again. Once I get to Pokemon, I'm looking for cards. And I'm looking for Pokemon cards, not supporters. And near mint condition. And from here, we're going to get 20K results. So like I said, pretty crazy. A lot of these are going to be way out of budget. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way to page 200. And if you were in the stream before, the floor is going to be basically like $5. So what I did before the stream crashed is I opened up a bunch of tabs here of cards that we found. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have like 4 open right now. So we went through page by page to see what cards and singles that we liked. Let me know down in the comments what singles you think that we should pick up right now that you think are rather really cool artworks, are rather going to go up in value soon. We've made some pretty big calls on things like Mega Pokemon or Tag Team Pokemon, cheaper SIRs, promos. We've kind of made some calls on a few, and I want to track the progress over the year. But one thing's for certain is that the $60 in singles definitely feels a lot better than buying like a whole box. Yeah, so you can't filter it, Gonzo, by exact price range, which is interesting. Like you can only do nope. Yeah, because I've looked before. What I've done is I really try to like narrow it down so that way it's already a smaller number than 20K, and then that way I can filter it a little bit further. We already have it set by Let's do English. Let's see if that does. All right, so now we're up to still 20K. Yeah, that's not going to change too much. But what I have done before is filtered it by set to kind of go through. I like kind of going it. $5 is kind of right where I want to be, I feel. So what I'll do is I'll go to 200, and then I already went through page 200, and the cards that we shortlisted from there include like this Raichu break card, I think is pretty cool. In the first stream, somebody had asked about my thoughts on break cards, and this was the first card that we saw. Yeah, the old ones. Yeah, like Team Rocket. So if you look actually, Gonzo, Team Rocket, we did pick up nothing crazy, but we did pick up this Charmander Team Rocket. It was near mint unlimited, not big gains right now, but we wanted to get a little bit of Rocket. We had a little bit of money left over on the February budget, so we picked one of those up. But I'm a big vintage collector, Gonzo. I have a lot of the older sets, so that's what's challenging about looking at vintage cards. I have most of them. So I feel like I want to put the cards in the binder that I don't have, which is kind of the challenge that I face. It's a good problem to have, I guess, right? All right, so we already went through this page, but let's go to page 198 and see if we can find any cards that that stick out. But let me know in the comments if there's any that stick out. If there's any Pokemon that you're collecting. I know there's somebody that's a big Suicune collector. This is a great one to collect. The art on that one's really cool, and the colors. Promos. The Cosmic Eclipse secret rares are really cool too. Any cards with trainers though? What would be a good card with a trainer? So do you think that we try to pick up like a what would that be? I guess that is a Cosmic Eclipse card, right? Those have the trainers, and maybe one of the older. What was the old Gym Heroes that kind of had the trainers on it, but it wasn't official Gym Heroes or Challenge? What was wasn't there another set that had the trainers on it? Yeah. The break cards are, some of them are pretty cool, but then there's some random ones that but they have gone up. I feel like I've seen a lot more at that $5 mark compared to when they were at like $1. So I've always like, this one's kind of cool. Like I'm curious to see what the price looked like for this one. I've actually never seen. There's actually a lot of break cards I've never seen. You do collect break cards, Gonzo? That's crazy. That's got to be an interesting bind. What a binder's got to look pretty cool. See, look at that. 3 months. This was what? 24, so like August 24 drop down to, see, it's kind of, that's weird. I guess it's with the scale of this is pretty not that big. But it's been floating around that $5 mark for a while. So it's held pretty long. Wobbuffet. I'm a big Wobbuffet. I like this card. I actually had a copy back when I first pulled Crown Zenith, and then I sold it early on, or I traded it for another card. But I did like this one. I think the coloring on this one's pretty neat. Deoxys is pretty cool. I always like the artwork on this one. So that made one card that it's in our short list. Raichu, we'll kind of look at that one. Rising Rivals. If this a holo? No, it's not. So that's kind of a little bit. But this is one with a trainer on it, Gonzo. This is one with the trainer. And if you look at the pricing over the past year, it's going up. This actually may be a good pickup right here. Yeah, you know what? Hold on, I got you on this one. Look at this. Where is it? I wish I had my other setup, but speaking of the VS series, here, actually, I can do, how would this work? If I go and do, I think my camera should work it somehow. Yeah. This is the only VS card that I have, but I love this one. All right, let's switch that back before I break my stream or my computer explodes. The VS cards are so cool. Yeah, that is true. There is that is the exclusiveness of those are pretty cool. And that it's crazy is that Lance's Charizard's only an uncommon if I'm not mistaken. This hollow's got to look pretty neat. So this is one that's why I kind of pulled this one out. The Crown Zenith is your personal favorite. Could go on price. Yeah, we've actually sold a lot of Crown Zenith in our online shop. A lot of the Galarian gallery cards usually get picked up pretty quickly. Near mint. So this special illustration rare. And this card just doesn't do it for me. If the value's there, you know, but it's just like the art's just too plain. I just can't really commit to something there. But I do think that this Gengar with the trainer on it could be a little bit of a slow play. $8. It's kind of a lot, but let's see what else we can find. We'll keep these short lists up and we'll kind of go through some of the singles here at the end. Let's see. Here's another one. Here's a Cynthia's Garchomp. Supreme Victors. That's an uncommon though, so it'd be cooler to find one that has like a hollow. This one's sweet too. This Emperor. We'll shortlist that one. If you see a card, call it out. And let's open up in the tab and take a look at it. So far, we have 0 cards in our cart. But we just started after a little bit of technical difficulties, so we're just kind of hanging out, enjoying some of the artwork on some of these cards. And I like filtering it this way because you really are blending in every single set together and what the prices are. So you have some Gym Challenge mixed with some S Sun and Moon era, mixed with some promos. Really cool to kind of see these cards kind of all in almost like this online binder where we're kind of going and filter them by, this $5 mark. And if we want to find something more expensive, we'd probably just have to go to page like 120 or something like that. So let's see. What cards do we want to see here? Do we want to move up a tier and maybe go to like the $10 range and see if we can find a cool card there? But Gonzo says the VS series. Let's actually do that. I had this filtered to English, and a lot of our stuff actually was filtered through just English. But if you are interested in Japanese, it's kind of similar, chat, just to kind of go to Pokemon. We're going to shop all Japanese. And then from here, we're going to look for set. And I think it's called, what is it, the VS series? Let's see what comes up when we type in VS. It's probably going to break the whole... How would you type that? I do love the vending machine cards, though. I have a bunch of those. I'm gonna get lost in the VS. What is this called? V series? VS. What did you call it? VS series. What would this be called, Gonzo? If you're still there, let's just hit enter and see what happens. Nope, that's not gonna work. I know exactly where. Pokemon Japan. What if I just type in VS series here? That should be better. Nope, that did not help at all. Interesting. Can you not buy the VS series on TCG Player? There's no way. What if I do like Lance's Charizard and look up that one that I have? See, yeah, it's not even there. That's crazy. I don't know if you can even buy, because they are a real thing. If I type in like VS, Pokemon, Japanese... It is a set, and they are so cool. I don't know if I'll be able to find like a really good picture of all of them. But you have like, let's just open up a bunch of them. Like these. You got like the Rockets Tyranitar. With the trade, look at that, with the rocket in the back. That card's sick. Only $47? Where can I buy that for $47? Morty's Gengar. Yeah, the artwork on these, they're almost like look like a little bit of an e-reader mixed with the trainer stuff. So pretty cool cards. I just don't know where I can buy these on TCG Player. But we got $60 to work with. And right now we have 0 cards in our cart. So we're a little bit behind. We're trying to make some moves. Let's see what else we can find on here. I wonder if it's because my laptop wasn't charged. Chat. I wonder if that's why. That could be exactly why. All right, here we go. Let's find a good card here. Come on. I'm feeling a good one coming up. Come on. See, I know a lot of these cards look common because we've kind of gotten a lot of these. We kind of got stuck. Ooh, there's one I actually was interested in. I've always enjoyed the Charizard promo card. And I feel like this card's been going up and down in price. So we're going to open up that one on a short list. Let's continue to look through page, what are we on? Page 191. We started at 200. And we're looking for cool cards that we think are going to maybe rise in value. Maybe cards that we just like for our personal collection. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like, here's a Lucario. We could go crazy. Oh, that's wow. There's one listing for $15. This card's cool. This is a holo. All right. Gonzo may be onto something with the whole early form trainer cards. This isn't necessarily the VS series that we were looking at, but let's see. All right, here we go. Wow, this one's up there, huh? Come on, let's find a good one here. I wonder if I turn my webcam back on, it'll work, or if it's going to crash again. Let's take a look and see how it looks. All right, we'll test this out. If it's get laggy again, then we'll just figure it out from there. And that's just the life we're in. Oh, this Butterfree card's sick. Expedition Butterfree. Like that one. All right, video's lagging. All right, bye. Thanks, Mankey. Oh, we got to figure that out. I think I got to get a new laptop. I got to get a little bit more of a better computer, but it's all good. Or we'll just go back to figuring things out on the phone, right? Appreciate it, Mankey. All right. We have still added no cards. And we're grinding through them. I wanted a little bit of a plan going into this, but then I also thought, hey, maybe I'll just kind of jump in and see what cards just look cool, because I feel like last time I looked through a bunch of them, and I had a hard time really deciding what cards to add. Ooh, this Umbreon's cool. Just a rare, though. I don't really collect a lot of Eevees. I know James does. I feel like I want to collect. You know what? There's actually one card that I really enjoyed that I did want to spend for this month it's an SIR, and I feel like I have enough cards here up top to really put together something cool. You know what's funny? I have that card, Mankey, the Ditto Geodude. If I didn't have that card, I definitely would buy it again, but I do have it. So I don't think I can go and get another copy, unfortunately. We have a copy of this Glaceon coming our way, actually. I feel like I want to get... The one thing we haven't done is bought, like, one $60 card. Or, like, two $30 cards. We've kind of just bought, like, 9 to 10 cards per. And I feel like right now, the best move is to maybe buy just one or two big cards compared to piecing together. And because we haven't tested that out yet, chat. A lot of them that we've done, like I said, have been 10 card lots, 11 card lots, which is really cool. But what if we did like one big card or one or two cards that are like $50, $60 just straight through one card, just risk it all for the month? What do we think about that? Yeah, James, it's kind of cooked. It is what it is, though. March Madness, right? It's fitting. But James, what do you think? Do you think we should just buy one big, like $30 card or like $60 card, or do you think that we should still piece it up? Like, this card's sick. I like this one. We're gonna tab that. kind of getting into some spicy cards. Like I've never seen some of these. That's why I like doing this little exercise per se, because you get a chance to look and see cards that just don't really blend in together, that you don't really see too often, right? Oh, I love this card. Love that card. Vileplume GX. Love that card. I think I don't want to break a rule because I don't want to put it in my personal binder because I collect Cosmic Eclipse, but I don't have that card, and that's probably one of my favorite ones that I do not own. I love Cosmic Eclipse. It's one of my favorite sets of all time. All right, we're going to do a big jump. We're going to do a big jump, chat. We're going to go, we were at page 148. Let's go to page 108. Let's go 40 pages up. Let's see what price point that brings us to. $15. All right, $15 range. So we definitely can get a bunch of cool cards this way. Legendary Collection Mankey. Oh, that would be crazy, right? I really like this card. No way you can get just a rare card. I'm gonna say no way you can get that. Let's see how long. Let's see, Mankey. Let's take a look for you. You hanging out. This card is cool, and it's listed as near mint. It's $10 shipping. Get out of here with that. See, I can't do that. All right, let's look up Mankey. Have you ever done this before? Mankey? Have you ever looked up Mankey cards? McDonald's promo. What's the most expensive one? Probably this is the most expensive one right here. Is this? Huh. Yeah, it's good. Well, I have 0 cards in the I have 0 cards in the cart right now, James. So I could really go crazy and add like one $60 card and just kind of, I don't know, Mankey. I don't know if I see anything that I really. You can basically buy out you can basically buy every single Mankey card for less than $60, I think, based off what I'm seeing here. This one's cool, the Aquapolis one. Mac Daddy, what's going on? How are you? I'm off video because my camera sucks and it kind of broke. So I'm off screen because everything's laggy, but I am here talking, obviously. All right, let's see. I honestly want to buy a massive card. I want to buy something. I want to buy something sick. Let's go to page like 57. Let's find something in like that $40 range. Let's buy a sick card. What do we think? Bunch of small ones? Or are we looking for just a massive one? I kind of want to buy a big card. All right, $40. Ooh, look at this one, chat. The Blaziken FB Level X Trainer. All right, we're going to open that in a tab. All right, now we're in some absolute spicy cards. Oh, the Celebi Venusaur GX promo card. Shoot. This out of stock Pokemon Rumble. We're in some heat right now, chat. I used to have this card too. Heracross. Which one's that? You like Heracross, or did you see one? I liked, actually just pulled the Japanese Heracross art rare from one of the sets. Let's take a look quick at these actually. This card's pretty cool. This probably has a sick border too. $30. Now it's up to $39. $9 increase. 43 near mint. 0 sale. So that's what we got to look at. 54 with shipping. So kind of high on pricing. That would basically take up the whole thing. I used to have this card too. It's crazy. You can just get this off of a tin. This one's, I love this tag team. Let's take a quick look. Used to be $14. That's crazy. Now it's almost 38. A lot of these cards, chat, are going to be tough to grow even further. This would be a one and done right here. We would literally get this card, and this would be the month of January. Oh wait, what is this? Chinese. We need English. English. Why is that not saying English? $40 for that one. What do we think, chat? Unified Minds tag team. That one's pretty cool. All right. Sorry, Mankey. I don't know if I'm going to pick one up. I really do like this card with the Erica in the back. I think this card it's not textured though. So this is kind of an easy one. This would be an easy scoop. This would kind of be an easy scoop as well. I do like this card. I think this card's very underrated. I don't know why it was 10. It's dropped to 5. Now could be a great time to scoop one of these up for 10 bucks, for 5 bucks. We may scoop up all 4 of them here. That actually may be an interesting play. Lucario, this is just a rare. It's not a holo, so I'm going to pass on that one probably. This is a holo. That's pretty cool, but I just don't know if this would eventually go up anywhere. Which one, Mankey, is the good investment? This one? The Charizard? I do like this Butterfree. I don't know why this picture stinks. We're getting close. We're going to pass on the Blaziken. Wow, look at this alt art. This one's kind of cool. The Wailord's new from the new set. The Drowsies dropped down to 40. That card's came down a little bit. Mac Daddy says, I just don't want to market to fall out of nowhere. I know, it's crazy. What about these? We can scoop one of these Nagaba evolutions. You know what it is? It's one of those things where it's like, I don't mind that it's going down a little bit because, you know, you can kind of just scoop up a bunch of, you know, better cards at a lower price point. Obviously, if, you know, I'm not looking to sell any of my big cards right now. So, like, I don't mind if there's a drop at all. I just really want to find some cards that are really cool for the collection. So that way in a year, 2, 3 years, you know, we have some really cool cards to look at and say that we were able to pull these on a stream and look at cards that we maybe pass up. It's almost like in fantasy football, right? You go through and you look and you look at back at the draft and what you missed and passed on. It's kind of similar. It's like what cards we're going to look back now and see what do we pass on that we should have picked up at a certain price. I'm looking through, and some of these are crazy. Shrouded Fable, the Japanese version of this Duskull is like $5. What do we think? What do we got? We got to get something. And once we get one, we're going to keep things going. Icebaker Gaming, how's everything going? Thank you so much for stopping in. I don't have my camera working right now, but chat, make sure that we do keep an eye out. We are giving away, where is it? Somewhere here. We are giving away a bunch of Charizards at 1,000 subscribers. I don't know where the video is, but there is a video that has all the Charizards that we're giving away right here. So we're giving away a bunch of Charizards at 1,000 subscribers. I don't know what we're at currently, but we have 4 Charizards that we're giving away at 1,000. We'll set up a live stream where my camera actually is working, and we'll spin some wheels and, you know, celebrate the growth and the achievements of the community, and you know, give back to everyone for all the support. So I'm really looking forward to hitting that goal, and hope everyone enjoys. All right, we got to pick a card though, chat. What do we think? What do we got to pick up? The $40 cards are pretty interesting. Dallas may be a good play. Which one's Dallas? The GX Charizard. The Venusaur one? Yeah, the Venusaur one is pretty cool. I have this Leafeon. See, I'm very picky. I like 151, like the original 151 generation Pokemon. And that's kind of like really my really big requirement is what that looks like. So some of these cards, I don't know if we're going to necessarily go up and... I don't know, actually. What about, like... Well, I have a thought, chat. I have a thought. And I'm trying to think if it's the right one. This card's insane. $85. So we got to look at the listing price. What about, like, the old Team Rocket sets? Mankey likes the Dialgas. There's a Reshiram. What about the Dark Pokemon from Team Rocket Returns? Because those are holos. There's a new Team Rocket set coming out. Let's actually look at like what, I mean, maybe a straight $50, $60 card would look like. Let's go to page like 43. We're getting super spicy. I really want to see what one card would look like for the month. $52 is where we're at. That's like this right here, Dark Houndoom, holo rare, one listing for $44. We gave away one of these Celebi V alt arts in our 100 subscriber, this Skyridge Pikachu. Wow. This is insane too. This full art's so cool. I don't know. Chat, this is crazy. There's so many options. When you just have a clean 60 to work with. Dragonites? I have a Dragonite V alt art right now. I don't have any open, I don't think, right here on these windows. I can look for one. Let's take a look. We're at 52 on this. Wow, the Pokemon Center one's 52 bucks. This Gardevoir is beautiful. You said, what was the one, Dragonite? What about this one? Near mint holofoil, but just 0 sales on this one. I don't know. Doesn't do it for me. Cool card though. Just not mine. Dragonite. Let's take a look. We're looking at Dragonite, card type, Pokemon, product type, cards, filtered high to low. These are very expensive. All right, here we go. What would be a cool Dragonite card to pick up? We actually have this card right here. We have this one. Let's actually filter one more time by near mint condition. Slowbro, huh? I have Slowbro. See, I have all Team Rocket. That's the thing. I have all the Team Rocket cards. All right, let's keep going. All right, here we go. I've always really liked this Dragonite artwork on this one. I have this Dark Dragonite. I always like the gold one too. We got to make a decision on some of these. This was pretty cool. The Cosmo. This one's pretty neat. Dragonite Cosmo Hollow. Ooh, what about this one? I think we pick up this one. Who's on the Dragonite call? Because this card's sick. I like it. I don't even care if it goes up in value or down in value. This is going in the cart. So once we find one, we start cooking. Watch this. All right. This card, I'm buying this card. This card's sick. It's a Dragonite. It's got a trainer. This Pokeball reverse is sick. The graph's looking solid over the past 3 months. Not too big of a gain, so we're kind of still there. We got a near mint, reverse hollow, free shipping over 50. No, we don't want that. Is this it right here? This is it right here, right? Yep. I think we're getting this card. What do we think? Mankey wants one Mankey. All right, we'll get one Mankey. What do we think about this one? Ah, the Nick. Appreciate the picture, right? Appreciate the photo. We're not sending in to get graded, but I don't know if I would spend, maybe risk it on a different copy, maybe. So that was this copy. We would just be trusting this one right here. This one we know. Why this was free shipping over, how much was shipping though? $50, and we're gonna spend. So let's do that. Let's see. Let's take a risk on here. And then what we're going to do with Super Games Inc. is we're going to go and look to see what cards they have. So that way we can maybe get to 50 or at least see what cards that they do have. So we have it filtered high to low. And automatically we got to scroll way low because we're at like a lot of price. Way high price. All right, so now we're getting closer, 90, 98. We probably got to get to like page like, I'm guessing like maybe 15. Mankey wants, oh wait, what happened there? All right, so now we're at 53. This is way too much. Can I filter by Pokemon? Yep. Filter by, wow, this shop has a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness. Product type, cards, card type, Pokemon, condition, near mint. So we're just adding these filters. So this is strictly from Super Games Inc. 9,755. This is what's pretty cool about, I don't know why it's showing out of stock cards. Is there a way to filter hide out of stock? Here we go. Perfect. All right. And all it does is give me out of stock, but we'll battle through. So let's get to page where we're maybe looking at, how much was the Dragonite that we added? Like 10, 15 bucks? Yeah, it is a sick card, James. So we want to find, I don't know why it's still pulling all these. Let's get to page 10. And I'm just going to the URL and just changing the URL number. All right, we're still kind of in, I don't know why it's showing these out of stock cards. That's kind of frustrating a little bit, but we can still hopefully find, yeah, why is that? Out of stock hidden. And what am I looking at? Just out of stock cards. Let's go to page 200 and see what happens. See, I don't know if I want to even shop from this person anymore because the way that the store is organized, now it's kind of making things a little bit difficult. Let's try to find maybe the 100 mark. But hey, at the end of the day, this is kind of what we're doing. We're building our own hits, right? We're building cards that we want instead of buying a booster box for, whatever price it may be. We're going to, do it like this. And we're going to spend that $60 on singles and kind of build what we want, right? Would you spend $60 for that $60 SIR? See, we actually maybe build some pretty cool cards from the shop, but I just don't really like how the out of stock stuff is still showing. It makes things a little bit difficult. But we're just trying to see if this seller has any cool cards that we want to maybe add into. That Dragonite was pretty cool. What's my favorite so far? I mean, honestly, I'd have to look back. I did actually just pull this Appleton. This is a holo. I don't like that they're the out of stock is coming here. My favorite one that I think I've looked at so far is I love this card. I think this card's beautiful. I have no idea why this is not potential. I mean, just because maybe it's a promo, but this card could be 50. It already is 50, but I feel like this could be a $100 card eventually. This card's really cool. That would be a one and done. These are the Mankeys. This card's pretty cool for $10. I don't think it's textured though, so that's kind of and that's the thing too. This kind of breaks one of the rules, which was in rule number 1. I can't buy cards for master sets, and that card would be really for a master set. So unfortunately, Vileplume GX, you are gone. I do think that these can go up in price over time. I love these cards. There is a bunch of them out there, so it's kind of a not rare card. This card I thought was pretty cool. I can't do it for a master set. No, I can't. Can't break a rule. Butterfree, I'm going to X out just because I want some hollows. Those are the VS cards that we were looking at before. Here's a Garchomp uncommon. Going to exit that one. This is a rare near mint. I thought this card just looks cool. The Deoxys, Crown Zenith, Galarian Gallery. I'm going to add this one to the cart. I think this card's really neat. I've always enjoyed the Galarian Gallery, and I feel like this is probably one of my favorite ones from there. So now that we got a chance to do that, I'm going to go in and, well, let's actually see if there's a cheaper version before we do that, chat. So we're going to go back. We added it in, but that was for how much? $7? So let's see if we could find maybe I guess that's the only one. Oh, that's because we're shopping from that store. All right, here we go. Let's find one. Near mint. Why? This is $4. Perfect. All right, so we just saved money right there. So we're going to find a Starlight Games. Let's go with that one here. We'll add this one to cart. And now we're going to shop at Starlight Games' shop to see if they have cards that we want to add on to help save for shipping, get everything in one package, and hopefully find some good. So this is way better. The cards that are out are out. So it's perfect. So let's try to find a page that has that right range. Let's filter it back to Pokemon. 720 is way easier to navigate. All right, let's get to... So how much was that card that we just added, chat? The tag teams are sick, Mac Daddy. Like this right here. We're adding this. This is going in. This is going in. Yes. What's the condition, though? Lightly played reverse hollow. Interesting. So what is that going to look like then? I want the hollow version. The hollow is cooler than that. All right. Kind of a bummer there. I wish I could... See, now you got to do condition, near mint. All right, here we go. Now the out-of-stock Pokemon come up. Mac Dad, you like that one? The Doug Trio, kind of a troll. We're down to like $8 cards here, so it's nothing too crazy that we're going to find, I don't think, unless we find some sleepers. This is kind of a sleeper. The Greninja Star. Let's add one of those, I think. I think that's the goal. Yeah, why not? What's wrong with this one? Near mint holofoil? Yeah. Two of them? One or two, chat. One or two. We'll add one. We're not going to do the Raichu break card. Not going to add that one. Not going to add that one. Not going to add that one. One or two of those should we get? Here's a Cyclizar. We actually wanted to buy one of these last time, but we never had a chance. Here's Lana's 8. I always like this card. Here's a Leafeon. There's the Deoxys. Did we add the Deoxys from this store? Yes, right? Now I'm losing it. We got to take a look. I think we got to look at the... This is a Blaziken. Let's look at our card. I think we have a double. Yep, so we want to get rid of this one. $7. All right, so we're at $29, $4 in shipping, a little bit on the higher side, but it's all right. We still have some time to kind of filter and work some things through. I don't really see many cards here that I like. Maybe this Gardevoir. Maybe I'm going to go back to page like 3 and see if there's something that's cooler. One of those. That Blaziken? Yeah, Blaziken was sick. All right, let's go to page 3. That's got to bring something. All right, here we go. Come on, give us something good. We got ourselves a rare. We got a tag team rainbow rare. Okay. See, that's kind of a interesting sleeper in my opinion because the rainbow rares are extremely slept on and tag teams are popular. So, you know, I feel like that's an interesting one to maybe pick up right there. This card's pretty cool, but unfortunately it's out of stock. And I think we were at page 5. I do think this is an interesting pickup though. I feel like $14. I just don't know if we're going to get it at a great price, but this could be $20 one day, right? Will this be a $20 card by the end of the year, chat? Let me know. Will that be a $20 card at the end of the year? Do we take the risk? I do like the Alolan Jug Trio. This card I think is pretty sick. I like this one. I may add this one in. Let's see if they have a Mankey, huh? Does it work if I just go like this? Let's see. Yep. No Mankey, unfortunately. No Mankey, unfortunately. But let's add this for now to see how that works. What's the market price look like in general? 14 something. Yeah. All right, so we got a tag team rainbow rare. The Alolan Doug Trio, we're going to add. And you had that Gengar on the shop. Probably. I think I may have sold it at one point. All right, let's refresh the cart. Let's take a look at what we got. A little bit more higher tiered cards. So we're at $53.17. We have the $13. This shipping is what's is crushing us. So if we can find a cheaper version with shipping, then that'll save us some money right there. This right here, we have a lot of cards. We have the Alolan Doug Trio, the Deoxys, the Greninja Star, the Tag Team Secret Rare. I think that's a pretty good lot right there. It's this one that's kind of messing up our pricing right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and look and see if we can find a cheaper version of this card. I don't know why it's not working anymore. Let's maybe do Leaf Store. That's probably why. All right, here we go. So we were looking at what store is that? These are damaged. Now we want to filter it back by condition near mint. There's only 7 of them out there. And we were looking at, what was that? This was the one that we were just looking at before. Oh, this is shipping included. Why didn't we look at that the first time? Oh, that's because it's reverse. That is reverse. That's how it's supposed to be. So do we have... This is where it gets a little tricky, chat. All right, here we go. Let's look back and see if we did that right or if we just added it right back in. Yeah, so this is supposed to be... Okay, I have two, that's why. All right, so let's remove both of these. Cool. So we removed both of those. Now we're back to $35. Let's go back to the Dragonite. That was from this place right here. So let's look at, this was the one that has the nick. This one has expensive shipping. This was 15 plus a lot of shipping. Shoot. What do we do? What do we do? This is a graded copy. I do want this card. Do we just take the risk in the L on like the near mint little nick? Do we like it this? I mean, there's 3 copies of it. Why would they do like? What do we think? Would this bother y'all? Pokey Rembros, how we doing? Would this bother you? This little nick right here. It's a sick card. It's like the Pokeball Hollow. It is a sick card. I don't know. What do we think? Is it worth the $11 and shipping? It is pretty cool. What do we think? Cheaper? More expensive. Cheaper? Let's, you know what? I do like that card. And we spent time looking at it. Let's look at the seller and see if we can find some heat to add on. And I appreciate everybody hanging out and bearing with me as we kind of work through. The camera for my face cam is currently like lagging and not working. So that is definitely a challenge. The shipping always is cooked. All right. We're almost there, chat. They have some. He says, "Nah, you don't like this card." I realize that there's also a lag whenever I go through OBS. Wow, this would be crazy to go right. I mean, we want to look at something that's. This is from that one seller, so we're looking for like one more card. Jiffy Pips. Look at that shiny Voltorb. That's pretty cool. Dark Dragonite. All right, we're getting somewhere. Hollow Rare. Wait, what is our current cart at though? That's going to be the big decision here. So we're at 49, so we have like a $10 buffer. And if we get to, yeah, we have like $10 to work with. So we need like a $10 card, or we just like cook the entire card and we get like this Umbreon is sick. I've always liked this one too. So we want something that's like $10. So let's go to like page. Let's go to page like 15. Sounds good, Pokerem Bros. All right, here we go. This is it. This is where we're going to find the last card. Umbreon GX. Snorlax League promo. Do we just go the League promos the entire... Is that the theme of today's video and challenge? Let's go back to page 14. Maybe we can get a little lucky. Ooh, this card's cool. This person has a lot of evolutions. James, jump on this person's. There's a break card right there, Lugia. That'd be a risk. All right. I kind of want to get... $15 from this person. This is a cool card. Do we get this one? This is kind of rare almost, right? When did this come out? Or do we go with, what did I say? We have like 10, $11 bucks. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that then, chat. Maybe we go with. This is where it gets tricky because then you can. This is where we end up buying a lot of the smaller cards because then we scroll down and we get to like page like maybe let's go to page like 18. The Sizor, I have the Sizor already. I think, which was the promo. Ooh, that's cool. This is a holo rare. This is a holo rare. No way. Lightly played holo rare. I kind of want to get this one. Oh no, it's $17. Wait. Why is that? Oh, we got to look at the listing. Ooh, look at that one. That's the break. You get the Lugia. That's so funny. The Flareon. This person has a lot of evolutions, James. I think we're here though. I think we have. This is definitely where we're gonna get the last one or two cards. I think they're gonna be like little $5 cards that add up, and those will be the ones that are gonna hopefully rise over time. So let's find some cool ones that we can go. So here's like, oh shoot, come on, give us something good. We gotta find something. We're getting a little cooked because it's giving us the market price. We want like their store's price, you know? We got the filters, set, cards, Pokemon condition. Oh, maybe that's why we want near mint. That's why. Let's get back to page 30, maybe. Can't believe the camera didn't work. Of all streams to do. Leafeon, Furious Fists. There's so many evolutions on this page. Jolteon. That's pretty cool. Come on, we need one or two more cards, chat. I hate the out of stocks. I hate that they're here. A holo actually would be so cool right now. Let's see if we can get a little lucky. Team Rocket. Dragon Frontiers. Come on, Jiffy Pip. Show us the sauce. Show us some holos. We're kind of getting to like the, I don't want to say the lamer cards, but we're kind of getting to some of the lower end stuff that I don't really want to maybe look through too much. So let's go back to page, let's go 14. All right, we're at kind of, I hate how these market price stuff, how it's all out. I don't really know where to maybe find this last few cards. We could carry over some of that budget going into next month, but I feel like we added this card already. That's already in there. That one's good. We need a nice holo, a nice vintage holo, or even see, it's just not filtering in a good spot. It's all these out of stock stuff that's kind of making it hard to look through. So this will probably be one of the more difficult monthly budget binder challenges that I've had to go through here, not only from a technology perspective, but just from a looking and making the decision. Yeah, the Team Plasma Border stuff's so cool. Maybe that's what we look for. But I do like this pre-release Machamp. That's kind of cool. I've always liked, see the listing right there. I always like this card, but it just brings me back. Let's do. You're right. Let's look. Let's get some. Let's get some borders. Let's give them those. Let's do. What was it? Team Plasma. 19, 19, 18. I kind of want this card. A lot of out of stocks. A lot of out of stocks. Come on, give us something good. Flareon, uncommon, uncommon, uncommon. All right, nothing. So I'm just gonna, I'm not even gonna look. I'm gonna find a card that has this one. I already have that one we added. We're gonna go back to this person, Starlight, and see if we can maybe get that last single from them for $10. So we're gonna add in those filters. We're looking for Pokemon cards. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do Pokemon. And then let's just, you know what? Let's just do it like that. How do I do best match? Let's see if we get, maybe let's see what they know, what they think, what we want. I can't say we added this already. We could add a bunch of the trainer galleries. Those actually may be some personal ones. I know we sell a lot of them on our channel. Like, I want this card, so we're gonna add this. All right, this actually may be the play. We're gonna add a bunch of these trainer galleries here and Galarian galleries, and we're gonna wrap it up. Or do we get the Gengar? I think we just get the Gengar. Near mint, dropping a little bit. $14 for the Gengar? Or do we get a bunch of, like, these? I think this is the move. We're going to buy a bunch of these. 1, 95 cents. 2, yep. 3. My dog is snoring crazy right now. And then we'll just add in, let's get I think we added a Braixen last time. I think we're going to be pretty close from here. I think we bought all of our cards from one seller, which is different because we didn't really do that before. Dusknoir, we're going to add Bronzong. We can add this Solrock. I think we already have a copy in our personal collection. So these are going to be interesting. So these are I think, are really good options now because they are like that beautiful artwork, sub $2, $3 and some at $1. All near mint, so that's even better. So let's go in now and actually take a look at, now we have, it's always 11. It's always 11. $57.22. We have enough money for about one more card, I think. One more card, and then I think from there, we are going to be pretty much right at, how do I look at their stores? Come on. We lost our space. And it's right there. All right, Starlight Games. Let's find one more card. The Blastoise. No, one listing is too much. One more card, and that will conclude this. Let's see. Just a reminder. Oh, here we go. Gardevoir, $3. That's going to send us over. Just a reminder, we're at 1,000 subscribers. You're giving away 4 Charizard cards, an EX from Obsidian Flames, the other EX from Obsidian Flames, an EX from XY Evolutions, and we're also giving away a, $4 gotta be damaged. Heavily played unlimited holofoil. Nah, we can't do that. Cool card though. We don't really want to get one that's too cooked. But we got 1,000 subscribers. We'll get the stream set up way better. We'll spin a wheel. And we'll have some fun. I appreciate everybody who's hung out so far and watched me go through TCG Player without a camera, with no reactions or anything how we normally do. I apologize for the technical difficulties. So we'll get things better. You know, we're still early on. You think after a while we get things going, but it's March Madness, chat. It's March Madness. We're looking for one more card, and we're gonna be good. One more like dollar card, and that'll get us to about $59, I believe. What card are we gonna find that is gonna send us right there? Venusaur? Nah, Champion's Path. I really like this card. The Light Toxicity. I like that card with the Hollow. I really like that card. $26. Yeah, we're kind of getting to like, it's weird how they are filtering these. I kind of want to do, how do I gonna do this? Is this under best match still? Yeah, that's why. It's under best match. Let's go price high to low one more time. We'll find that last card real quick, and then we will go over exactly what we got. And we'll wrap this stream up. All right, cool. This is actually perfect. These are all the, what do we want? Like a couple dollars of a card? All right. There's a Lugia V from Sword and Shield. I kind of want the Gardevoir. Did we add that already, chat? Oh, we added this one. There's a break card. Vintage. Huh. Let's add this one. This is unique and it's different, and why not? Why not? This is pretty cool, actually. All right, let's see. I think we're going to be at like $61. Oh, wow. 59.47. Chat, we did it. Let's go. Starlight Games is going to hook us up with an Alolan Dugtrio, a Bronzong, a Chandelure, a Deoxys, a Drapion V, a Dusknoir, a Greninja Star, an Arcanine, a Manaphy, an Oricorio, a tag team, and then we are going to get this holographic card as well. And for $59.47, let me know down in the comments if you think you would be happy with these cards for $60. Pretty cool. I think it's pretty good. I think there are some other ones that we want to make do for next time, but we did pick up a bunch of good ones, I think, in my opinion. That's the old card. 59.47. Pretty good win, in my opinion. Let's see if my camera will hold off before I blow things up. So that concludes today's video. What a mess. We had to restart the stream, and who knows how this video even looks at this point in time. Thank you so much for watching our monthly budget binder challenge video. We'll get better. We'll figure things out, and we'll make a video